Okay, guys, to use this extension, once again, we're just letting it go to show everybody, the value of this for lead gen. Come over here to URLs metadata extractor. That's where we are right here. The download button is you download the file, save your file to wherever you're going to save it. Once you've saved your file there, then you're going to come back over to your extensions in your settings area. You're going to click on, I've already done this, so I've got to remove it so it doesn't exist. You come over here, make sure your developer mode is on, load unpacked, okay, and this is what I saved right here, so it's unpacked. Select the folder, it will bring it and create the extension over here, and then whether you want to pin it to your extensions or not is up to you, but you can come down here and find it somewhere right here, pin it to your extension so it's up there and it's all ready and set to go. Okay, so we don't need that anymore. We don't need that anymore or that anymore. Okay, so now if we go back to our tool and we're looking for the metadata for ourselves and or for prospecting, right, you just go to Google, pick, like I just picked here, copy machines near me. Once you are on Google and you pick your niche, you come over to your extension, you click load URLs, and it will pick the URLs that we will be able to check. Okay, once you do that, you go back into your tool here, you have your extension, you copy from here over into the URL box, you just hit copy, okay, and it will should load those up over there, and if it doesn't, then you can just hit copy and bring them over, but usually it will just paste them there. By going back and forth, I probably just screwed it up a little bit. So once that's done, you just very simply just click on extract URL data, and I'll show you what we're going to get that will help us in lead gen, prospecting, getting new website business, getting new SEO business, and just kind of knowing whether or not those factors work together with a site. So what we're doing for you is we're pulling all of this data. It's all downloaded in the CSV file, okay, but we're pulling their titles, their descriptions, keywords if they have them in there, their H1s, H2s, H3s, H4s, H5, H6s. So if you're trying to put together a site and you want this data immediately, you can download it as a CSV file and segment all of this information, so that you can literally create your data, for your metadata and your tags, your H1, H2s, and so forth. And you can take all of the ones that you see here that have data, put them into a CSV file, curate that CSV file for your own site, and pretty much know that you have everything that you need. And with all the keyword variations for tags on your YouTube videos, it's pretty good. Now, the one thing that I use it for is, I want to find a business that maybe hasn't filled all this out, okay? Um, and so if we look for businesses that haven't filled that out, then like here's, Staples, they just haven't filled anything out. You don't want to go there. But it is a way for us to look at other sites. This is probably a bad example being copiers, because a lot of the bigger companies will do copiers. Okay, but you can see that the value of this information for what you can do for whatever site it is that you want to check on you can also use it. In addition to which, we've also included the clickable link so you can go take a look at the actual site. I'm going to delete this and I'm going to go to my search and do something a little bit different. And we're going to look for plumbers. I think we can get a better um, example of what we're going to look for here. So now we've got the plumbers. We go to our extension. We're going to we're going to remove all the URLs. We're going to load all the URLs here. Okay. Copy the URLs. Then we're going to come back over to our settings here, pop them in the box, and hit extract. So now if we're going after the plumbing niche or we want to have a client that we want to try to help and understand what all of the competition is doing in there, we do have this limit to 50, but you can go run this again and do another 50 and again and another 50 and just add them in here. It will append to the information on the right hand side. Excuse me. It's 3:30 here. And you can continue to build your list just by adding. The reason we have 50 here is that some people were putting thousands of URLs in here and just totally destroying the whole program. So we put a limit on it. So here you can see that we're actually looking at real businesses. This is Roto-Rooter. They don't have any H1 data on there. Let's see if we can find another one. This is Google. That's not a good one. Um, Lakeshore Plumbing right here. Okay, these guys need a lot of help, at least from this perspective. So this would be maybe a good prospector. Here's another one, Mike's Plumbing. Right? They really haven't done a whole lot um, in terms of their H1s and keywords. So let's just go take a look at this site. It might probably just be a generic site. It might be something that was made a couple years ago. It might actually look decent. Um, it looks pretty decent, but they certainly need a lot of SEO work, right? So these are the types of things that this little extension is going to be able to give you at a glance. And so it's free till Friday, and then we're going to add it into the paid version of the Keyword Translation Factory, and we're also going to be increasing prices on Friday for the Translation Factory paid version. So if you want to play with it and get it, the extension is free. Try it, see if you like it. If you do, pick up the lifetime version and get it now before we actually increase the prices at the end of the week or beginning of next week. Thank you very much.